Hi everyone, it's Angela with Windows and Waves. I want to talk about rage today. Rage is something that a lot of us encounter in our recovery process. It makes us turn into people that we never thought we would be. I have my own stories, and I have asked some others, and they've given me a little bit of their stories. I will start with welcome to Windows and Waves. If you haven't been here before, please watch the videos, like them, comment on them, and subscribe. Okay. I know that rage varies with everybody. I have talked to people who can't handle the old ladies in the parking lots of grocery stores, all the way up to people who are struggling with true rage and hurting themselves and others without realizing it until later, breaking into the derealization side of things, which I've had happen once with my rage. But since it all happens to pretty much all of us, I just thought I would discuss it and tell you my story. When I got back from the hospital and in July of 2015, was it 15? Somewhere around there. And they had taken me off of Ativan after 7 days and then put me, just on what I had been taking already, which was the at that point 2.5, or no, it was 3 milligrams of Klonopin twice a day. I went home and I was doing fairly well, I thought, but I wasn't able to get up and clean. I wasn't able to take care of the flies in my house. I was a mess. I had agreed with my ex-husband that I did still love him and I wanted to move back into the house and have him be with me. And so I went home, and the ex-girlfriend was in the process of moving out. And when she was finally out and my head was all a mess, I kind of freaked out at the empty house. The really dirty empty house with flies all over the place. I didn't want to get out of bed. It was bad. And then the negative self-talk started coming, and it came in slow, but it came in hard. And after a while, I couldn't consciously make those negative thoughts turn into positive thoughts. So I started hitting door jambs to try to make the pain take those thoughts away. Logic is not there when you've been kindled. And that wasn't working. All it was doing was making my hands swell up real bad. So I lay down on the floor. I remember this very vividly. I don't remember much from that time period, but I remember this very vividly. I lay down on the floor and I put my head underneath my hands, and all I could hear was, maybe your girls are better off with their dad. Maybe I should just go away. And I wasn't thinking about suicide. I just wanted everything to stop. I wanted all the pain to stop. I wanted the confusion to stop. I wanted the inability to be happy to stop. And I couldn't make it stop. So I took about half of my bottle of pills of the Klonopin. And I guess I let a friend know when I did it, and she called my ex-husband, and he was over here immediately and got me to the hospital in Anchorage. And they put me in an institution and cut me off cold turkey from 6 milligram of Klonopin and just gave me hydroxyzine. So fast forward, I'm out of the institution. I've made some other huge, hugely bad decisions. Mostly because my cognitive abilities were shot. My common sense wasn't there. I was misunderstanding the important people in my life. And I screwed another year between me and my ex-husband. However, in February, he allowed me to move back into the guest house, which I've talked about before. And things were going pretty well. But March came and I misunderstood something I heard from somebody, and I basically went charging after my ex-husband, who handled it fairly well, but basically asked me to get out of the house, told me I was upsetting our kids. So we went back into the guest house and immediately realized that I had flipped. I didn't need to be that crazy and that angry and disrespecting boundaries and not taking my children into consideration. I was just mad. And I couldn't believe I did that. I thought I had messed up everything. I thought, I was making forward progress. And then this happened. And again, the negative self-talk started to kick in. And I punched the door jamb again enough that it tore my hands apart and swelled up so fast that I went to the hospital. Luckily, 2 things didn't happen. 1, I didn't break my hand, and 2, it didn't completely wreck my relationship with my ex-husband. He didn't kick me out, which I am surprised because I went really crazy. And after some sleep on my part, he basically told me that we just needed to put it behind us. And I have done everything in my power since then to quell any kind of rage that might be coming. I left the blood on my door jamb to remind me that it's not worth getting that worked up. We don't need to hurt ourselves in the process. Coming off this stuff is hard. It wasn't 2 years yet, but it was like 18 months at that point. And I hadn't actually figured out that there was a whole community of benzo withdrawal survivors out there. I didn't know that the fact that I woke up every morning feeling like I was hungover, but had been sober from alcohol for 2 years, was what was happening. Did I have fibro? Why couldn't I get out of bed? Why couldn't I do this? I had no idea. So at that point, I just didn't understand the rage. I didn't understand where it came from. And every now and then, since then, if it's been a difficult day or if I'm hurting, sometimes rage mommy comes out and I can get a little mean and loud, but typically my kids at this point understand that if I just have a minute and I go outside and medicate myself with THC, that within the hour I'll be back to the mom that everybody adores. I got really lucky with my children. I've heard some people say that they can't get out of that frame of mind, and I am sorry for that. I'm sure there are many coping skills, which I am actually about to upload another episode about coping skills, so we'll just go on that. But know that when you do rage out, the people around you who you love start to discount your recovery. It's just another thing. They won't get off the couch, they won't clean the house, they won't do that, they won't do this. know, if you rage out on the people who are taking care of you, they're not going to be any kinder to you. So think before you freak out on anybody. And if you need to, have timeouts, have a timeout room, have a timeout couch. I guess, you know, anxiety is a big one. So if there's anything out there that you can do to stop your anxiety, then do it. I have more content coming. Because of some internet difficulties, I am only able to put out content in chunks. So I apologize. That will be remedied here at some point. But thanks for tuning in again. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like the videos that you want to like, and comment. I love comments. You are more than welcome to comment. I think I have been doing a superior job in answering everybody's comments. And please tell your friends or other people that you know from support groups about this, because the more input I get, the better the content is. All right. Have a good day. Stay happy.